Welcome to the Vault Excel. Thank you for joining me. This week's movie is Deadly Shores, playing free on the Tubi app. Please follow the Queen also on the Newsbreak app, where I put up commentary posts. Having issues with uploading content as far as filming from their own system. So I really have to upload like my own short videos, but I will be working on that as soon as I can. But for now, we're going to discuss Celeste Rivas Hernandez and singer David. There has been a lot of information coming out. It can be clarified as possibly misinformation. This is why I do not like repeating what other people have to say pertaining to anything if it's not verified by the police. And once again, as I have always said, everything is about a version, even if it's given to authorities. It is a version. And naturally, there are going to be things in a case that you are not going to know about, you're not going to hear about. You might hear it 10, 15 years later. I have noticed in true crime, things that were never mentioned in court, never mentioned by the police department, district attorney's office. You later heard a different version. Something wasn't given to the district attorneys from the defense. The district attorney didn't give certain information to the defense. It can be a big mess because most entities want to be the head knocker. They want to be the winner. As one YouTuber said, nobody should be competing in getting the information out to the public. You want to give factual information. So let's see what is the truth in this case, because I'm going to probably stop talking about it until the police decide to bring forward an arrest warrant and give us information gathered by the LAPD. Los Angeles Magazine is the source. LAPD confirms Celeste Rivas' case is now a murder investigation. No one is off the table, including him. And who might the him be? David? Okay. Detectives argue transparency could jeopardize the probe as LAPD insists rumors of freezing and decapitation are nonsense. Hello, and thank you for joining me. Los Angeles police, who have remained tight-lipped since September 29th, have confirmed that the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose decomposed remains were discovered in the trunk of singer David's Tesla in September, is now being treated as a murder investigation, in quotation marks, according to newly filed court documents filed November 24th. The development comes as the LAPD sought a court order blocking the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner from releasing any autopsy records, including the manner of death. In a sworn declaration reviewed by the Los Angeles Times, LAPD Detective Joshua Byers of the Robbery Homicide Division said, releasing autopsy details will reveal or tend to reveal the ongoing investigation and the integrity of the investigation, as well as the identity of witnesses and or informants. Uh-oh, shut your mouth now. Which could endanger the lives of witnesses or compromise the investigation. So this is telling you possibly there are people who know and have knowledge and participated, which we heard that the other day, that there's a second suspect and they know about the before, during, and after. So maybe this detective is confirming that information. All right. The Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Craig Richmond granted the request sealing Byers' declaration, supporting documents, and the court order itself. Los Angeles previously reported that the medical examiner's office did not seem to agree with the order, reiterating that they are dedicated to serving the community with full transparency. Hours after the medical examiner's statement, LAPD Captain Scott Williams, commanding officer of robbery homicide, told people that several rumors circulating online and on social media were incorrect. Celeste's body was not frozen, Williams said. She was not decapitated. The whole frozen thing doesn't even make sense. Her body was in the car for weeks. Williams added that even hypothetically, 5 or more weeks in the trunk of a car in sweltering heat in the middle of summer would not have resulted in a partially frozen body being discovered on September 8th. Los Angeles was under the impression that the body of Rivas Hernandez could have been frozen at a certain point, but of course, thawed upon discovery. He says Los Angeles. So you're speaking of the city, meaning what exactly? That somebody in the city limits put this rumor out before the rest of us heard it? I'm confused. Because he says Los Angeles was under the impression that the body of Rivas Hernandez could have been frozen at a certain point, but of course stalled upon discovery. According to Los Angeles Times, LAPD Deputy Chief Alan Hamilton stated, no one is off the table, including him, David. Online sleuths, media, and the public continue to be invested in this tragic and perplexing case. If you need verification for what I just read, Los Angeles Magazine is the source. Also, people put this information out as well pertaining to what the LAPD had to say about her body being frozen and decapitated. They are debunking those allegations. So I'm going to say this. I had some harsh things to say about Mr. Fisher because of his past, and just because I don't like people coming forward with information that's not being brought by the police. Okay? So you have different people talking. So you don't know who to believe. You have the medical examiner. You have the police, who's only given a statement since September, into September. Then you have this Mr. Fisher character. Then you've got other little people talking to people who are affiliated with David or were affiliated with him. One young guy, I guess he's a TikToker or somebody. He's talked to a guy who had a freezer in his house, and it was him and his girlfriend's apartment. And some people might have thought it was David's place, but the guy allegedly talked to this online person and told him, no, that's not David's apartment, that's our apartment. And that's our freezer. Also, I just read an article that says there was a freezer in David's rental home. It's a stand-up freezer. I read that just a little while ago. Does it play a role in this debacle? Then we have the issue with the truck. LAPD saying there was a truck being tracked, had been tracked out in Santa Barbara County. See, I'd rather the police just give a formal damn statement. Maybe they don't want to stand in front of the news because they're going to get all these questions that they can't answer. So people don't know what to believe. Then I was listening to someone's channel about somebody talking to her mother, and that the mother told somebody, I think at TMZ, that she hadn't seen the girl in years. So then somebody said, well, did this guy really know Spanish? Did he possibly misunderstand what she said? Or could it be that the mother misquoted year for years? See, you don't know because you're not there to hear the information. Because everything you're getting is second and third party. And this ain't good. But right now, as it stands from the Los Angeles Police Department, this is a murder investigation. David has been named as a suspect. Allegedly, there's a second suspect. A truck was tracked out into the county back in the spring. It is believed possibly she was alive out there in the desert, which would be a stupid thing as well, because you have state troopers, police officers, sheriff's office riding around. They could pop up. You're out there with a flashlight in a damn stall. That makes no sense to me. That makes no damn sense to me. To me, that's more risky. Dumping the body out in the middle of nowhere is one thing, but not setting up tools and flashlights to solve the person. So where was the girl unalived? In LA, out of LA. At that mansion, another place. And as someone has said, Mr. Strategic Eyes, I watch his content. If you're going to be out there in the middle of nowhere, decapitating, cutting up a person, whatever you're doing to the person, cutting up limbs, why don't you just leave them out there? Exactly. What would be the purpose of bringing partial body parts back? The only thing I can think of, as Ms. Coffin-Dafford mentioned on her network, is that this could be an issue of necrophilia. Say, woke everybody, because I mentioned that to you all the other day. That perhaps David saved parts of her body to play mind games, to open the freezer, close the freezer, look at it, chip away at it, play with the body, stay woke. And as I was thinking with this nonsense of this frozen allegation, Could it have been, yes, she was frozen at some point, and could part of her body on the inside have been frozen, but the outside looked normal? Because how would you know if you're not a medical examiner, Mr. LAPD, captain, detectives? And I read you all that information the other day during my live, that you can look dead on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Mummified on the outside, but you could have frozen tissue on the inside. Did that occur to anyone? But I agree. 5 weeks or so in the heat, temperatures reaching up to at least 80 plus degrees, trunk closed, sun beaming down for hours. It wouldn't take a long time to thaw out. So we have to go back to everything Mr. Fisher has said, now what the medical examiner has said, and what LAPD is saying. Was she in the car parked July 29th when the person parked the car? Who is the person that parked the car? Yes, this case is very sad. Was she frozen when she got in there? Because naturally, if she was killed in the spring, she has been preserved somewhere. Let's use common sense. And that's another problem. We don't even know when she was unalive. We don't know if she was alive up until the end of August, middle of August, 1st of August, end of July, middle of July. How do we know? The only person know is the killer and anybody that helped. So really, we can't even give a definitive answer. Everything's an assumption at this point. And if I made a mistake about what Mr. Fisher has brought forward as far as the tools, the truck tracking, the car being parked July 29th, I can definitely apologize to Mr. Fisher if he has told the truth about that said information. Because I did come down hard on him when hearing his frozen business. But I always say everything's a version. So he's bringing me a version. Now somebody's saying the version that whoever else TMZ's putting out about the frozen, that ain't true. My thing is, what's the difference between Mr. Fisher's version and TMZ's version? Stay woke now. Everything is third party because we're not there to hear who they're talking to. So we can argue all day, well, TMZ is right. No, TMZ is wrong. No, Mr. Fisher's right. No, Mr. Fisher's wrong. We don't know neither of these parties. Number one. Number two, we don't even know who the hell they've been talking to. And as Strategic Eyes has said, I do to his little horn, YouTuber, you have to vet all information. It's the same with police work. The police cannot just take your word that you said you were home all night and you never left your house. And naturally, when you don't plan on being involved in a true crime and you are actually innocent, how do you prove that you were home all night? Unless there's security cameras on your house or around your house to show you came in, parked your car, and you walked in, and you never set foot back outside your house to be implicated in a crime. But everything is a version. And once again, there are going to be things that you are not going to know during an investigation, after investigation, even when it goes to trial, after trial. There will be things that's left out that the judge will strike, not let the jury hear, not have it repeated, blanked out. You know how it goes. Then there'll be somebody that'll come along with their tail between their legs, and they'll have a version pertaining to the story. And then they'll say, well, I didn't want to say anything. I feared for my safety, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, okay, now what do I believe? This happens all the time. Witnesses and informants. Oh, I like that word. Plural. LAPD says we don't want the medical examiner talking because we don't want the killer to know we know who he is. And if you tell this information, informants, the killer, gonna know we know who they are. How about that? That is why most investigations are tight-lipped until there's an arrest warrant. For that very reason, to keep people safe that possibly have knowledge of the crime, and to also not let the killer know he or she is on the radar. So, David, wherever you're hiding, one rumor says you're in Texas. Are you in Texas? Well, guess what? You can go wherever the hell you want to go within the United States jurisdiction. They will pick your black ass up. Shut your mouth. And I won't doubt that when they pick him up, he'll probably have a dress on. Now, Angela, that wasn't nice. I know. He'll probably have his hair dyed red and have a dress on. Just come on out the closet. Just come on out, baby. You might as well come on out because where you going, it ain't gonna be nothing but a bunch of hard knees and elbows. And I think you'll fit right on in. Because obviously that's where you've been wanting to go all your life. I said that. And that I'm not taking back. The link is in the chat. If you would like to hit that link and come up here on the panel and give your opinion pertaining to the information that I have relayed to you by LAPD. The Los Angeles Magazine is the source for this information if you have any problems with what I have said during this live stream. Because I do not want to hear nobody's mouth about what is true and what is not true. I have said this 1,000 times in every case I've ever spoke about on this channel and when I had the channel named Everyday Shenanigans. I prefer to hear it from the police. That's who I want to hear from. Not Pookie, not Ray Ray, not Karen, not Ken, not Bubba, Shamiqua. I want to hear it from the local authorities investigating the case. And I also thought about the FBI. We have not heard that they're involved, but the one thing we know, they have more savvy tools and resources to dig into data. So is the FBI involved? I'm wondering. Or the local California Federal Bureau? Because somebody needs to be digging deep in these phones and devices, and I'm sure they are. I'm not here to say that LAPD is not doing their job, but they do have a problem with the medical examiner, and obviously the medical examiner is offended by this court order and a hold on the report. The medical examiner feels like people need to know what happened, but you are the medical examiner. You are not a detective, so you are really out of line for saying that because you should know the job you do and what the police do, they are two different jobs. The police job is to protect the community and the public, the victim, and to secure the perpetrator whereabouts. That's not your job, medical examiner. You cut open a body, dig around, weigh things, tissue, organs, sew it back up, send off for toxicology reports, then you're done. A detective's work is ongoing. You get to hang up your lab coat after you have worked on the body and decided to say, I know or I assume how the person died. Detectives' work goes on and on and on until they feel secure enough to take that information to the district attorney. And then the district attorney decides if there is a case worth bringing forward a warrant. So why are you offended? Because they don't want the information revealed. Is it a matter that the medical examiner has known for a little while how she died? But the LAPD said, don't tell it. Because you're going to compromise the investigation if you tell it. So really, we can't get mad at LAPD for saying that because they do have a right to uphold the investigation and to make sure, as they said, if we have witnesses and onlookers and people involved, we got to protect even them little dirty birds, especially if they're involved. And for all we know, as someone said the other day, is somebody talking? Very good point. Possibly so. Somebody's already said about a second suspect. We got that from, who was that? Mr. Fisher or whomever. I'm starting to get confused because everybody's talking, but I ain't hearing nobody move their mouth except for TMZ entities and Mr. Fisher. And I will agree, I don't think she was out there possibly frozen when they picked her up. But she could have been frozen on the inside. And I have brought you information from AI and Google. That just because outside they don't look frozen, it doesn't mean that inside tissues The tissues could be frozen. So from first glance, a person might just say, oh, she's mummified. So could that also be the case? And where is this frozen, decapitated business coming from? I have reported in my shorts that her head was missing because some reports never said her head was in the bag. And then I have to go back, way back to the beginning to find information that says the head was in the bag. Now they're saying she's not decapitated. But this is information that somebody put out originally when the girl was found in the trunk. So who put that information out? That she was dismembered. Then it was smooth over that, no, she's just badly decomposed. So the first thing I'm thinking to myself is, damn, a body is decomposed so badly that you can't tell if the head was cut off or it's separated from the body. Help me understand. Hello, Little Red. Was her body just badly decomposed to where the medical examiner couldn't tell if she was decapitated, but it has been said her arms were cut off and chopped up into pieces. Now, I don't see how you can get that mixed up. You're not going to sit here and tell me the arms just broke off into pieces. No, I don't believe that. I don't care if she was in there 5 months, 6 months. And I'm not going to believe her arm just broke itself off into pieces. No, no, no. No. I got a feeling, yeah, the arms were cut off and cut up. Assuming the hands were still in the bag as well, because that's how they found the tattoo on the finger, the shush tattoo. So with all this arguing back and forth between entities, who's on first, who's on second, frozen, not frozen, decapitated, not decapitated, where is the bottom half? Ding, ding, ding. We'll get off the head. We'll get off the head for a minute. Where are her legs and feet? David, you have any ideas? Let me tell you something. I was going through my little iPad, getting information ready for this live. And, everybody's got something to say, different entities, you don't know who to believe. One little article said, I didn't even open it up because I feel like it's a waste of time, but I'm going to repeat it anyway, just to get it on out there. That he mentioned about liking gore videos. Gore videos like what? People falling off the building, people who tried to kill themselves, still breathing when they hit the ground, those type of videos. Gory movies where people are being, cut up, arms, legs amputated. What type of videos are we talking about? Just asking. So 2 days ago, we got information about a second person. We now got information that court orders have sealed her medical examiner record. Medical examiner cannot speak, can't talk. And the LAPD has confirmed she wasn't decapitated, nor was she frozen when they opened the trunk. Just bringing you the latest information. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Fox 11, Los Angeles is my next source. Just bringing you a little bit of everything. This is uploaded November 24th, 2025 at 12:27 p.m. Now I won't play, of course. All right, the brief commercial.
On the death of a teen whose body was found in the trunk of a singer's car. Coco is live outside of LAPD headquarters with more on why this was done and is this normal? Good morning, Coco. Good morning. And this latest development is sparking some controversy. The LAPD obtained a court order blocking the medical examiner's office from releasing records about the death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And take a look here. We want to show you the statement in part from the medical examiner's office. It reads, the practice of security holds is virtually unheard of in other counties and has not been proven to improve outcomes in the legal system. It goes on to say, we are dedicated to serving our community with full transparency. However, the law precludes us from doing so while the court order remains in this case. Rivas Hernandez's body was found badly decomposed inside of a Tesla at a Hollywood tow yard back in September. That Tesla was registered to singer and songwriter David, who was 20 years old. Detectives believe more than one person may have been involved in Rivas Hernandez's death, but no official suspects have been named yet. However, TMZ is reporting David is a suspect in her death and that his rental home is part of the investigation. Again, this investigation does continue, and again, no arrests have been made so far. Reporting live this morning, I'm Coco.
Okay, Coco. I want to go back and read you the name of that medical examiner. Hold on 1 second. Give you his name. He is a black man, or let's say an African man, the medical examiner, in case you're curious. I want to try to read his name for those who may be curious. His name is Dr. Ode Yupo. The department's mission is to have full transparency with the community by providing information about our cases to empower people to make changes that save lives, said Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Ode Yupo. Since becoming the department head, I've worked on eradicating the practice of placing security holds on medical examiner cases simply by law enforcement requests. The practice of security holds is virtually unheard of in other counties and has not been proven to improve outcomes in the legal system. We are dedicated to serving our community with full transparency. However, the law precludes us from doing so while the court order remains in this case. So this is probably where the rift comes from between LAPD and the medical examiner. He wants the report released. He's done his work, but LAPD don't want the information released. I do believe they know the cause and manner of death, or one or the other. But they don't want it mentioned because they don't have a warrant yet for the person. Most of us already thought it was murder anyway. Because there's a reason why you want to chop a person up or hide them or put them in a tub or a bag or drive them in the desert and cut up half the body, whatever the hell you're doing. You're trying to conceal this body for a reason. And as I have always told you, the only people that hide bodies, dismember bodies, are people who know the victim. A stranger has no reason to cut you up. Now, it has been done. Jeffrey Dahmer did it. He didn't know his victims. But it's just rare to just murder a person and then say, oh, I want to cut him up and put him over here and put a leg over here and put an arm over there. Now, the white guy in Minneapolis, he did it. He did it to a young black girl. They went on a date. They met on a date app. And he already had it planned, you see. He knew he was going to kill her. He told a friend. And the friend, his ass should be locked up too, in my opinion. How the hell can you walk around knowing your friend wants to kill another human being and you don't even go to the police and say, hey, I got to give you this information because I think he's going to kill this girl. And then you got the nerve to sit up in court and testify. Well, you're a day late, dollar short, because she dead. She's not coming back. That girl's life could have been saved had you took your ass to the police department and told them what your friend was going to do. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You got people out here that will uphold these fools. This is why you got people missing. Why you got dead people being buried. And you think it ain't but one person involved. Might be some other people involved, or it might be some other people that have knowledge. To me, it's the same damn thing. Because I'm not sleeping at night knowing you didn't kill somebody and hack somebody up or sexually assault somebody, then strangle them And then you want to whisper to me at night, I want to tell you what I did back in 1994. I went over this girl's house and things got out of control. And I choked her. I strangled her and left her. Oh, I feel so bad. I had to tell you. No, you had to tell Queen nothing. Now I gotta lay here with you knowing you choked somebody. Hell to the no, no, no. Because you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do what they tell you to do. You play real quiet and silent. Okay, it's okay. God loves all his children. Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me. I love you. I'm gonna do whatever I can to make him think I care until I can get my ass out that damn bed. Did you hear what I said? Ain't gonna be no playing house with you after you done told me you done strangled a girl and left her for dead and you've been walking around free. Cause then I gotta tell myself how many other people he done strangled and killed. And he might get mad at me one day and strangle me. Hell no. And you got people who will still sleep with the person and play house with them. You know I'm telling the truth. Uh-uh. No ma'am. You'd be surprised how many people are walking around here carrying other people's dirty, dirty, dirty secrets. A previous request for a security hold was denied in September. Wow. On Monday, LAPD said the hold was placed to ensure LAPD detectives receive information from the medical examiner before the public. Okay, I see you. TMZ recently reported the medical examiner may not be able to determine the teen's cause of death because her remains were partially frozen when they were discovered in early September. So TMZ, Mr. Harvey, calling Harvey Levin, we got a problem. We got a big problem. Who did you have your constituents talking to? Because now we got to question who your people were talking to and did they verify their positions, such as seeing validated badges to say, I work with LAPD, the medical examiner's office. I was the orderly pushing the body. Do you see where I'm going? And I tell people the same thing about doing what I do up here. Talking to people on Messenger and all that, you can't see what they look like and they want to show themselves, hang up the phone call. Oh, I don't want to show myself. Well, we don't have anything to talk about. Anybody I've talked to pertaining to a true crime case, I have made sure to verify that they are the real person. I don't care if it's the mother, the sister, the brother, the cousin, the auntie. Did you hear what I said? You don't want to show yourself? Good night. Bye-bye. So a request went in September from the police, and the medical examiner denied it. Security hold was denied. Ain't that something? So once again, TMZ reports she was partially frozen. Mr. Harvey Levin and attorney Mark Garagos said in a recent episode of Two Angry Men podcast that a second suspect has been identified in the case. Okay, so we got TMZ reporting about the second man. So see, different entities. Fisher saying something, TMZ saying something, and now I guess LAPD said, we got to put a stop to all of this because it's getting out of control. We got to tell the people something. Tell them the truth, partial truth, until we get an arrest warrant. We got to tell them she wasn't decapitated, she wasn't frozen. Is this information accurate from the police department? Oh, yeah, I got to question everybody. The two alleged David took a trip to a remote part of Santa Barbara County in the spring, with Levin speculating this may have been where her body was dismembered. Do you all believe that? Take the poll on my community page if you believe she was unalived in Santa Barbara. See where there's a problem. As I said, who's gonna drive way up there to cut somebody up and then bring partial body parts back? Unless you wanted to play funny games with the body. So they won't. And then putting it in your Tesla, that don't make no sense. Come on now. The LAPD, we're told, has gained access to that data And clearly that video, 11 said. I don't think they took Celeste to Santa Barbara and killed her, if that's indeed what happened to Celeste. Okay, so he said he don't think they took her up there to kill her. Okay, then why they go up there? But as I said, they could have went up there to do any damn thing. Could have went up there to get high. He could have went up there to score some drugs, buy some fentanyl, cocaine. I tell people, think of stuff that regular people fucking do. You don't know him, you don't know who he's friends with. He could have went up there and hung in somebody's house. Maybe somebody got a house in a remote in a rural area. See, you don't know. Whatever happened, it says whatever happened probably happened somewhere else, maybe in LA, and the body was taken to Santa Barbara County, and maybe the body was dismembered there. Now, what I can't answer is how does it then end up in his trunk? And that's what I can't figure out, Levin said. I'm told it wasn't just the trip itself, it was the confirmation of the social media. So that means, as I said, David is a visual person. He likes to be seen, he likes to be heard. So he probably went live on the trip. Ding, ding, ding. So he put his own stupid self up there by talking on a live stream. Because I'm assuming that is what they mean by social media. Just going over everything. Now, she was reported missing in Lake Elston on April 5th, 2024, when she was 13. So she was running away at the age of 13 to go hang with a grown-ass man. So what's the truth about what the mother has told police and TMZ and whoever about when she last saw her child? And that somebody said, could it be some arrangement made by David and the family? Was he giving them money to shut up and be quiet? Maybe they knew he was grown, but they didn't care. Maybe he was giving them some little perks, putting, a pad in their pocket. I don't know. Anything's possible. And if I say she's missing, I also don't have to worry about going to jail for my child not going to school, because a lot of jurisdictions will send mommy and daddy to jail because the child don't go to school. Checkmate. So see, you got all kind of possibilities of why there's discrepancies in she's missing, she's not. She's missing, she's not. I got a feeling they knew all along where she was. Okay? They knew all along. TMZ reported David has been identified as a suspect, but that has not been confirmed by LAPD. In addition, no arrests have been announced in the investigation. Of course, now they are saying this is a murder investigation, and LAPD did identify him, HIM, and then David was in parentheses. While officials have said David has been cooperative, a source told People that was not the case, and he has not been cooperating with investigators. The singer has yet to make a statement about the investigation and has since hired a top criminal defense attorney. If you need verification for this information, Fox 11, LA. So right now there's a security hold on the Hernandez case. It cannot be released to the public by the medical examiner. An attempt was made in September, but now the hold sits orchestrated by a court. No decapitation, no body frozen, but you're still not hearing anything about the bottom half. Also, I saw a picture just now of the kitchen where David stayed in that nice house, and the freezer is a silver freezer. You know, the kind with the big double doors. I wouldn't know. I don't have that kind of money to afford, a stainless steel refrigerator or freezer. But obviously, it's an upright freezer that you could, put a person in, especially somebody 5'2". Allegedly, she weighed 70 pounds. One source said it was 90 pounds when they got her. She looked like she's a little healthy for her height, kind of curvy. So I doubted she weighed 100 pounds when she was alive. Oh, I could be wrong. What say you to chat pertaining to the information I just brought to you? I will make some shorts after the slide pertaining to this information, because this is some hee-haw ass mess. This is what I hate about true crime. When other people start talking and you don't know who to believe, you don't know. And I always say, don't listen to that shit, because unless you can just really say, ooh, I believe this person, people tell you anything. It's not coming from the police. You don't know to believe it or not. This is a sad case because we're talking about a child, and she didn't ask for this. I don't care if she ran away. I don't care if she's like David. I don't care about that, because we have all been children. And you're not going to sit here and tell me at 13 you didn't have a crush on a boy or a crush on an older boy, because you're human. You may even have fondled, played around, had sex. The point is, it's wrong for a grown man to be the one talking to a child, seducing a child, buying a child gifts, taking a child out of their jurisdiction, getting in a car with a child, going meeting a child, and then having sexual relations with the child. It is RAPE, point blank. It is wrong. Now, some speculate perhaps that's why he unalived her, because he knew maybe it's getting too serious. Hey, he also did a live interview where he was talking about getting too close to people, bad things happen. By then, perhaps she was already gone when he did this certain interview with this guy. I listened to that interview the other day. It's very interesting. Like catastrophe could happen. Like he's expecting death and doom with his courtships. So I would tell anybody dealing with David, leave his black ass alone. How about that? This Carolyn Herrera, I was thinking about her yesterday. He has a pendant, I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. Let me say, he's attracted to Hispanic women, dark hair, curly hair, wavy, whichsoever. Does Carolyn Herrera have a shush tattoo on her hand? Y'all better stay woke. Because if you all thought that was her and thought that was Celeste in that video, and then we later find out it was Celeste Herrera, I'd like to know, has anybody verified the whereabouts of Miss Herrera? Checkmate. Queen's woke. Because the fact that this case is going around and around in circles and up and down the hill, I think we better check all boxes. That was mentioned too. Was he using this Herrera girl to deceive anybody questioning where Celeste Rivas was? Very good point. Because some of you did think that was her in that concert. Because I mean, I repeated it. And then it came back, oh, that's not her. So I want you to think about what I'm saying. Did they keep her phone, David, and any of his entities? And did they text back to others that know her, pretending to be Celeste Rivas? Maybe sending photos of the hair, but not the face, covering up, making it look like it's her, but it wasn't really her. It was this Herrera chick. I'm checking all boxes. Because there's something about David that ain't right. He comes across to me as deviant, sneaky, conniving, manipulative, a sadist. And when you're dealing with people like this, they're always thinking about doing wrong. And they are always manipulating. So I can see him keeping her phone, getting somebody to text, getting somebody to take pictures but not show the face, but just maybe show the hair. And that's why I asked about the tattoo. Could it be Miss Herrera also has this same tattoo? When was the last time Herrera was with David? Were they having sex? Come on now. If it was a regular person that car belonged to, they would already have been in jail. Possibly. Oh, yeah. They're going to be talking to you all day and night about why somebody you know is dead in your car. You're damn right. But Wicked, I heard a case of where this black lady was screaming and hollering about her child found in somebody's car, and that person never got arrested. They may be arrested now, but at that time, they were not arrested for having a so-called friend in the car did. I don't care what anybody says. If that body is dead 2 hours, an hour, 2 weeks, 5 months, your ass need to go to jail. Because we're hearing a lot of stories where people are riding around with dead folks in their cars, especially parents who have considered the death of their children. They got them wrapped up in clothes. And I remember I watched a video not too long ago where a black lady was pulled over, her and a girl, and they pulled over for something, but they were messing around in her trunk. So as the cop kept digging and digging and digging, kept asking her questions about her children and stuff, and then he made her pull the bag out. He pulled the bag out. Then he kept digging in the bag. Oh, I mean, it was like a trick. Just kept pulling out clothes, pulling out stuff, but then it's stinking at the same time. So they're digging, digging, digging. I already knew where this was going. I said, Lord, that child's at the bottom of that damn bag. And then finally, the black cop just, he like hollered when he got down to the bottom of that damn bag. And he had to walk off and catch his breath. That little white cop, he walked up, he acted like he didn't seen it all the time. It didn't even bother him. That kind of bothered me. Because the white cop was young. He just looked like, oh, well, big deal. Well, it's a big deal to some people. Because if you're not used to seeing dead people in bags, especially a child, because I think it was 2 kids, everybody ain't equipped. And if they ain't never seen a dead body, hell yeah, it's going to be something. But that's the whole thing. Death affects everyone differently. And you do, as some detectives, cops say, you become immune. Just like some people are saying, people are becoming desensitized by gore, violence, watching people get shot, killed on a video. Then you go on and eat a sandwich and keep on moving. But I do think we need to be questioning this Herrera chick as well. Just because he picked another person to be in their company that looks like Celeste, that's very bothersome to me. Although this Celeste Herrera is grown, she's an adult, it doesn't matter. She favors the dead girl. So that's very relevant to me. And even in his videos, the girls are light brown skin, dark hair, curly hair. He was obsessed, I think, with Celeste. But perhaps he grew tired of her. Perhaps he wanted to perfect his demon side. But we know something went wrong because she's dead, point blank. Point blank. Then somebody mentioned this Neo character, Asian looking dude. Somebody saying rumors that they were having an affair and maybe the guy got jealous, helped him kill Celeste. I don't know. I'm not getting ready to dig into that because I've already dug enough with this Fisher TMZ bullshit, and I'm not going any further after today. I'm bringing you the latest. I suspect to only come back when they have a damn warrant because I'm tired of this. This is becoming Sebastian Summerwell's West Boys case. He did it, she did it, they did it. Boogeyman did it, the gang member did it. I always want to put it off on some other off-brand shit and don't want to deal with what's obvious. The people that know the victims. Oh, the butcher did it, the neighbor did it. The guy at the 7-Eleven, he did it. The librarian, she did it. Oh, the girl from church, she did it. Always somebody else. Can't never be the motherfucker that's raising the people and having sex with the person. Help me understand. Oh, it's the guy at the smoke shop. I mean, sometimes I listen to people and I be wondering if they smoke dope. Are you smoking dope? Why you can't accept that family members hurt each other? What is the deal? You can't accept the fact that somebody would kill their own child, yet many people are incarcerated for murdering their own children, and yet you get to a case, you just refuse to believe the family ain't got nothing to do with it. That just amazes me. So the FBI just making up statistics because they don't got nothing to do. Deal with it. You have evil-minded folks out here who have conceived a child, procreated a child, and don't want the child. Why can't you accept that? Why can't you accept the boyfriend no longer wants the girlfriend? Got another side chick, baby mama, wife, lying, deceiving. What is it that you can't understand about that? Wife tired of the husband, want another man, got another man, want the insurance money. No, she would never do that. That's my friend. That's my sister. That's my daughter. She's a beautiful person. To you, she's beautiful. Maybe she wasn't so beautiful to the dead guy. Shut your mouth. Stop thinking people wouldn't hurt another human being. I don't put nothing past nobody. And like they say, you get put in the right predicament, you might end up a newsstand story. Never say never. This is a weird case, bizarre case, but as I always say about true crime, it may seem bizarre, strange, it's because we don't know everything. Perhaps if we had the information that LAPD has and what the medical examiner has, it would all make sense. Because there's an eye in the sky everywhere. Doorbell cameras, security cameras, nosy Rosie peeping out the window looking. See, you don't know what somebody has seen over there at that mansion. Who's been sitting in their car, maybe watching the car move around. That's another thing nobody wants to talk about. The neighbor that says the car moved around at least 2 or 3 times. You'll hear nothing about that no more. You don't find that strange, the car just moving itself around. Somebody's jumping in and out of it, moving it around. And then you got a dead girl in the damn car. Why would you have her in your car? Help me understand that. I'm not focused on Santa Barbara because that's not where she was found. I'm focusing on you unaliving somebody, dismembering, cutting off arms, legs, whatever the hell they did to her. Why would you put her in your car? Help Queen understand. You cannot be that bright that you will put a human in the car. I don't care if you intended to just put her there for one day. Because there are assumptions of how long she's been dead, which that is also a problem. Because that's even more stupid. You killed her and then put her in a freezer for 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. See, we don't even know how long she's been dead. We don't know where she was stored. But however, killed at the house, stored in a freezer, how the fuck you think to put her in the damn car? This is stupid to me. This lets you know this is a dodo bird. He ain't nothing but a dodo bird. Because his head is so wrapped up his ass in an imaginary world of gore and death and doom. He done killed this girl. He's linked to this girl. And he's stupid enough to put her in the car like really he was enacting one of his damn videos. That's what it sounds like to me. It's more like, let me see if I can get away with this. Let me tell you something, David, and then I'm going to check out here. You've been playing around with seasoned detectives. Did you not know that? People who have gone to school to study medicine and worked on thousands of bodies. So this little hee-haw ass game you've been playing, you haven't done anything but made a fool out of yourself. Because right now your name is in bright lights, bro. And possibly one of your little friends is going to go down right with your black ass, as they should. So whatever video game you all are trying to act out, some animated ass movie, cartoon, you gonna go to prison, honey. And you can do what R. Kelly is doing in there writing songs and singing to the damn inmates. And if you're lucky, because some people may not like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it. If you're lucky, you might end up like Celeste. How about that? Mm-hmm. You end up just like her. Somebody come in your cell and find you gassed up under your covers or in the laundry room or the shower. And you could be taking your last breath thinking about what you did to that girl and how you did her for no damn reason. Because you didn't have no business messing with her in the first damn place. Hello, Lolo. You had no business talking to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. That's the point. She has no business being deceased. She was a child. She should be doing children things. But instead, she was playing a grown-up because the grown-ups in her life didn't give a fuck about her to see that she was doing the right things, such as going to school and being a child. Checkmate. And she is not the only one. This is why you keep hearing horrible stories about children, because their parents don't give a fuck. And you may have some who do care, and the children are just wayward, and the parents just in limbo, don't know what to do with their child. But you cannot continue to let your child run in and out of your house doing what they want to do. It don't work like that. You know, ain't nothing good getting ready to happen to your kid. They coming in and out wearing halter tops and boobs hanging out and booty shorts and makeup and talking back to you and jumping out of windows and jumping in the cars. They smoking dope and reefer and all that. What is going to happen good to your kid? Nothing. And you might be one of them parents that you still got the mind of a damn child, teenager. You want to still be young with your booty shorts and halter tops on, dancing in front of the camera with your daughter, with your ass hanging out. That ain't cute. See, we don't know what was going on in this girl's life. Parents could be on drugs, dope. Then I heard a rumor last night that perhaps the woman raising her wasn't even her real mama. See, everybody talking. Everybody got something to say. We don't know what to believe. They could have been cooking up dope in the house, selling dope, selling fentanyl, meth. Hard times. Because from what I'm seeing, everybody's either on the dope or selling it. Shut your mouth. And I ain't lying about that. I open up the Newsbreak article every day here in Knoxville, and somebody's being arrested for selling fentanyl, heroin, meth, cocaine, guns found, money found, and it's women and men in the photos. Do you understand what I'm saying? And yes, they got children. Just like some little white baby got hold of some fentanyl or something the baby did. Dad arrested, I guess he's going to prison. How's your child getting a hold of fentanyl, meth? You just leaving it out on the table so your child can just crawl up and put it in his mouth. See, don't nobody care about nothing. That's the world we're in. We're in a new type of world where you can be whatever you want to be. You want to walk around pretending you a dog, a cat, you a man, want to be a woman, you a woman, want to be a man. You walk around saying God don't exist, you don't believe in God, you're a racist, you're the Ku Klux Klan, you're an Aryan Nation, you're a gangbanger, whatever the hell you want to be, you can be. You can walk around shooting up people, beating up people, meddling with folks, bullying folks, because people feel like they can do what they want. No regard for you, don't care about you, cuss you out, push you down, cut you up, shoot you up, and then go to court crying. What you crying for? You was Billy Badass when you was out there in the street. I'm standing my ground. I got a right to carry a gun. I got a permit. But you can't go out here bullying folks because you got a damn gun. You can't be a busybody Karen, jumping in everybody's business, got something to say. Sometimes best just be quiet. Move in silence. Oh my God, I thought he was breaking into the house. He had a hoodie on. But he lives there. He looks suspicious. He's running down the street with a hoodie, but he lives in the neighborhood. Stop assuming shit. We got to stop doing that. Stop looking at people like they are crooks, villains. A villain can be well dressed, well manicured, in a suit, Sunday dress. Hoodie on, hoodie off. Stop assuming. This story is wicked. And I pray for justice for her and any other child that's in a turbulent situation, unhappy situation, unhappy with himself or herself. I don't want you to end up like Celeste Hernandez. Please reach out to somebody. You cannot talk to your parent, then you talk to a relative, you talk to somebody in school, or just mosey your little ass on down to the police department and tell them, I'm not happy and I don't like where I'm at. I don't feel safe. I'm being abused. I'm being touched. Just tell it, honey. Because you do not want to get in the wrong hands. And I know, flip side is, child goes to live with a relative, foster care, and they end up worse. They still end up like Celeste Hernandez. Because that's the whole point. There are no guarantees in life. There are no guarantees in life. Well, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Lola. I don't know what to say. I'm tired of making shorts about this girl, and I got to keep retracting every damn thing. This is why I don't like making videos and shorts about a case, and it hasn't been proven to be factual. So now I got to go back and repeat what LAPD has said about her remains. So if you are coming into this commentary late, I want to repeat this, and then I want to check out of here. LAPD has claimed captain and detectives have told entities, People magazine, whomever, when they saw Celeste Rivas in the trunk, she was not frozen. It does not even make sense that she would be frozen. She was also not decapitated. But they didn't say anything about her arms, her legs, or her feet. How about that? They also have put a hold on the medical examiner's report pertaining to manner and cause of death. They've got some type of rift going on between the medical examiner and the LAPD. They was asking to have a hold on this report back in September, but it was denied. Now it has gone to the courts. And the court says, the judge says, medical examiner, keep your mouth closed. Don't say nothing, don't whisper nothing. As for all these other people who are coming out with something to say about this case, TMZ, Mr. Fisher, Mommy, Daddy, Pookie, Ray Ray, TikTokers, I don't know what is true to what any information about trucks, tracking, I don't know. Tools found in the house, tools in the same packaging, car not moved after July 29th. I don't know. I'm not there. I didn't live there. And I'm really getting tired of repeating stuff, and then I got to jump back and retract what I said in a damn video. That's taking up and wasting my time. This is why I always tell people, you can't believe people coming back telling you what somebody told them. Because what's going to be bad is that these people that work for TMZ, they didn't vet the people talking about this girl being frozen. What in the hell would make you think she was frozen? Now, as LAPD said, she could have been frozen at one point when she got in the trunk. But when we saw her, she wasn't frozen. Are we going to find out she was frozen? And perhaps they didn't know she was frozen on the inside. Kind of like when you put meat out to thaw out in the refrigerator or out on the counter, and you put it in the skillet, and maybe you didn't check it, you just took it out the bowl, whatever, put it in the skillet. It's still frozen on the inside, but outside it looks like raw meat. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. That is the latest developments pertaining to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Prayers and condolences to her family, praying for justice. David, I don't know where you are, don't really care, but you can't run and you can't hide. So you running back to Texas to hang up under your mommy and daddy, they can't save you. Your friends and cohorts can't save you. You fucked up, bro. You fucked up. You had no business messing with her. You had no business unaliving her, cutting her up, disposing her. You did that. And if you had help, you was a dummy too. And you've wasted your life as a 20-year-old to do the worst crime that you can do to a human being. All for nothing. When you could be out here making music and having some of these dodo bird kids following behind you with your death and doom ass lyrics and videos. Oh, he sounds so good. Oh, he's so talented. Oh, he crazy. You crazy to listen to somebody talking about, I look at you, I want to kill you, and I've been thinking about it. What the hell you want to bebop your head to that for? Think, think, think. This is why children are wayward, because they are easily manipulated to follow people. Right down the rabbit hole. Be a leader. Stop being a follower. Please check out my video about having regrets. I talked about this in that video yesterday. Be a leader. Stop following people. Somebody want to skydive off the building? Let them. Why are you going to get up there? Oh, I think I can do it. Hey, you want to hit this cocaine? Make you feel good? No, I think I'll pass. Why not? I said I'll pass. They still keep talking about it. Find your new friend. Do you see where I'm going with this? You don't have to do drugs. You don't have to have sex. You don't have to have group sex. You don't have to have sex with the same sex. You don't have to smoke cigarettes. You don't have to drink. You don't have to drop out of school. You don't have to hang with the wrong crowd. You don't have to become a gangbanger. Be your best you. Stop being a follower and be a leader. Think for yourself. Because if you're not careful, you will end up just like Celeste, or you'll end up incarcerated. All because you refuse to use your brain. And we have adults that are just as wayward, just like David. They can't think for themselves. They do what other people do. They're copycats. They're bullies. They're sadists. They're lost. Because maybe somebody didn't tell them, hey, be a leader, not a follower. Think for yourself. Stay in school, get education, get a job, join the Army, join the Marines, do something with yourself. Go to a trade school. Hell, just get a damn job. Focus on you. Save your money. Buy your car, get your home, get your condo. It's the American dream. It's the American way. But you don't want to end up like how Celeste ended up. Because you see, it's a flip of the coin. She's running away to something, running away from something to something, which led to death. And then a young guy who's talented is more than likely the suspect, and he's getting ready to also forfeit his life. Do you see the crazy irony of this story? That everybody was searching for something, even if it was macabre. Everybody in the story was searching for something, and look at them now. One is about to go down in flames. All for what? All for what? And he will have ample enough time to think about that when they put them damn handcuffs on him and put him in that cell. Clink, clink. How the hell did I get here? Because David didn't have to be in this situation. And nor did Celeste have to be in the situation she was in. That's my commentary. Like, share, subscribe, drop the comments below this video. Take the polls on my community page. I'll put up a poll pertaining to this new information from LAPD. Do you believe this information? Follow me on the news breakout. I got to put some posts up over there. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $Big Angie 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live stream. Thank you for following this network. Thank you for all my viewerships, new subs, old subs. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful week. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Please be safe. If you don't celebrate this holiday, just be safe. Get a designated driver if you're going to imbibe this week. I do believe the Queen's going to step out tomorrow for a little pre-Thanksgiving celebration because I have not been out in a few months and I got to get my shine on, baby. God is good. And I think we all have something we can be thankful and grateful for. Because sadly, somebody didn't get up this morning. Somebody's got to be buried. Somebody's sickly, bedridden. Somebody can't walk, can't talk, can't see. Thank God for life. Thank you for your time. You've been listening to the Follow Excel. Thank you so much for joining.